Hi again, this is Steve, K8BZ. In this video on using N3FJP's amateur contact log for amateur radio electronic logging, we're going to talk about QSL tools. I'll probably have to break this up into at least two videos. There's a lot to talk about here. I'm going to begin with interfacing with Logbook of the World. I'm not going to get into a lengthy description of Logbook of the World, but I'll just say that it's a way to confirm contacts that you make with other stations to qualify for awards that are issued by the American Radio Relay League, or ARRL. If you have not registered for Logbook of the World, you will need to do that before you begin using the tool I'm going to describe in this video. I highly recommend you do that even if you are not an ARRL member. You can still upload your logs to Logbook of the World for other people to use for awards they're working toward. Now, you won't be able to use it to get awards unless you're a member, but you can still upload your logs. There's another benefit to that. If you have many years of logs, electronic logs, and lose them because you didn't have them backed up well, or in a off-site database, or for whatever reason you lose your logs, you can at least restore the basics by downloading your file from Logbook of the World. I'm going to assume that you have already registered. You already are a Logbook of the World user in some form, or maybe not a user yet, but you are at least eligible to upload your logs. So we're going to show you how that works in N3FJP's AC log. From the main menu, you go to E-Logs, or Electronic Logs, go down and select Logbook of the World here. So we're going to go to Logbook of the World, and this is where you enter your Logbook of the World username and password. You have a station location that's registered with your contacts. Now, this, in most people's cases, is just going to be their home location. But if you have a second home elsewhere and you operate from there, you just create another location in Logbook of the World, because it's important that the contacts that you upload are associated with the location you are operating from. Here in Michigan, a lot of hams winter in Florida, and they have a station there. So you need to make sure your upload indicates that you're operating in Florida, because otherwise it's going to show you're still operating in Michigan. That doesn't work for people trying to qualify for Work All States. You also need to show your path here to your Logbook of the World TQSL program, because this program references that program to sign and encrypt the file and upload it to Logbook of the World. Now, this all sounds rather complicated. I'm not going to get into how to register for Logbook of the World. There's been a lot of discussion about it on ham radio blogs, and really a whole lot of complaints by some people that they don't like the complicated process. I have never found it to be that complicated. You follow the directions and you will get registered, and if you get tangled up in the directions, call the ARRL and they'll walk you through it. They want you to use Logbook of the World, and I highly, highly recommend it. Of all the things that people complain about the ARRL, Logbook of the World should not be one of them. That's one thing that they did right, and not the only thing, but it's right at the top of my list. It's probably number one of the things the ARRL did right in providing a service to the membership, especially to operators like me that like to chase DX. It's one of the primary things I like to do. So Logbook of the World is a very important thing. So we're going to describe how to do that. Now, back to the main log form. This column here that says confirmation sent by, you'll see a couple of letters in that column. The L means that you have uploaded that QSO to Logbook of the World. The B means you've uploaded it to Club Log. We're not going to discuss that in this video. Just forget about the B in this sent by column for right now. In the received by column, you'll see an L there for confirmations that have been received by via Logbook of the World. So if you have an L in that column, that means that contact has been confirmed. Let's take a look at, I'm going to go down here into the country field, and let's just pick a country, Malawi. And I'm going to tab, and it's going to show me all of the contacts I have with that DXCC entity. All of them that have an L here have been confirmed through Logbook of the World, which is all of them down to this contact, which was back in 2014. But all the rest have been confirmed via Logbook of the World. They've also been confirmed by receiving a QSL card from this DXpedition, but wouldn't have had to go through the expense of getting a QSL card. If I didn't want to, I could just wait and get the Logbook of the World confirmation. So it's very useful to have that. Now we need to have some contacts to upload to Logbook of the World. Just this morning was the first morning session of the CW operators CW contest. That's a one-hour contest. They have 3 times a day on Wednesdays, and I've already I use N3FJP. Correction, I use N1MM. I'm going to open that real quickly here. This is my log from N1MM from this morning's contest. And in that contest this morning, these are the contacts made. That's a 1-hour session. I made 134 contacts on CW on 40 meters in 1 hour with all different stations in this 1-hour contest. I've already exported that to an ADIF file that's here on the desktop. It's right here. I'll just open that real quickly. So this is the ADIF file from that. The reason I do that is I import these contacts into Amateur Contact Log. So I'm going to take all those contest QSOs, I'm going to go to the File menu, and I'm going to import an ADIF file that resides on the desktop. And it's right here, K8BZ ADI. So I'm going to open that, and it's going to take a minute here. You'll see the number of contacts is 97,420. That's going to take it up to 97,554. There. Now they're all imported into my log. You'll see there's nothing here in the sent by or received by columns because these haven't been uploaded yet. Once you're registered with Logbook of the World and you have that put into your AC log program, your username, password, and your location that's registered in TQSL, then all you have to do here is go here and click that you want to sign and upload all contacts not uploaded right over in this area. So we're going to click that, and it's done. All of those contacts have been put in a file, signed by the software, by TQSL software, and they have been uploaded to Logbook of the World. So they're all done. Now we have to wait a short period of time. It usually takes anywhere from 2 or 3 minutes to sometimes maybe a half hour or so, or maybe longer. If there's been a long huge contest over the weekend and you upload a whole bunch of logs from all over the world get uploaded to Logbook of the World, it may take a while before you can download all of that information and have it imported into your log. So we're gonna wait for a while and do that, and I'll resume the video in just a few minutes. Okay, we're back after a short pause, and we're going to see if these contacts that have been uploaded to Logbook of the World have been processed yet. So we're going to go back to eLogs, back down to Logbook of the World. Now we were on this side that says sign and upload a file. Now we're going to move to the right side column here where it says download, and we want to download everything since, and it saves the date of your last download. You don't have to remember the date. It's going to download everything since October 13, 2020. That's the date I did my last download, which was yesterday. So we're going to click that, and it's again going to confirm the date, the same date 10/13 of 2020. We're going to say OK, and then we're going to wait and see if now it's updating all of that information in your log. There were 134 contacts, something like that. We'll see when it's done processing. And down here it shows the contacts. Well, there was more than that, because I had a few that I hadn't downloaded yet. So there were 150 that have been downloaded and updated in my log. Now the update is that it's now going to show an L in the confirmation sent by column to show that it was a confirmation was sent in to log, or a contact was sent in to Logbook of the World. It will show an L in the confirmation received column for this QSO because this station W4XO sent a contact file with a contact that matched my contact with him to Logbook of the World. So now it's going to show an L in the confirmation received by column for W4XO. So let's go back to the main log form and we'll take a look. We'll do a search here, W4XO, W4XO, and I'll tab, and here is that contact that was made just this morning. So it's only 10:58 right now. That contact was made this morning at 9:50, at almost 10 o'clock. Matter of fact, it was about an hour ago. So in about an hour, a confirmation has been sent and received for this station in Grantville, Georgia. So if I needed Georgia for Worked All States, it's confirmed in about an hour. So that's how long it takes. Now let's go back here to Logbook of the World just for a minute. We're going to click now confirmed since, and this is the date I last checked for new confirmations. And these are all of the confirmations that I have received just since yesterday in the Logbook of the World. Some of them, and they're not all from the contest this morning. Here's one that was received yesterday for an RTTY contact back in October 3rd on a RTTY contest. A couple here on 160, a couple of CW contacts there. Most of them are from the CW contest this morning. So this column again shows the confirmation sent by. Those are all have an L in it now, that the confirmation was sent to Logbook of the World, and already just within the past hour several contacts. Watch this column, I'm going to scroll down, you'll see an L in several of those have already been confirmed. So once you start using an electronic logging program, it may be an incentive to start looking at some awards qualifications. I'm going to go over here and click the awards tab, and we're going to look at the awards tracking portion of this, and we're going to calculate how many states have been worked and confirmed, how many countries have been worked and confirmed, and counties worked and confirmed. So we're going to calculate that, and it's going to count them up out of your log. Now this log has contacts going back to 1977, so there's quite a few years of contacts in here. When you begin this, it's not going to show a whole lot here, and you can either look for QSLs received or or just contacts that you have made, whether you've received the QSL or not. This filters it only for ones that have been confirmed. As you can see over here, there's only 9 countries remaining that I don't have worked yet. This is just another listing that I really didn't intend to show, but you get that by clicking on the countries tab here, and it just shows you a chart of all of the countries. We'll show that again here real quick. Just shows all the bands and whether they've been confirmed or not, and with all of the countries. So a couple of different ways you can do that for awards tracking, and also for worked all states. We're going to forget this other column for right now. This amateur contact log has been updated a few times. they have some fields that you can identify with your own definition for keeping track of things that you just want to keep track of that don't fit in the log. So don't worry about that one. CQ zones, that's a helpful one if you're working toward worked all zones with CQ awards, worked all continents here. Counties, if you're a county hunter. Let's say we want to find the counties in Alabama. These are all of them that have been worked in Alabama. If you're looking for counties remaining that you don't have confirmed or worked in Alabama, here's the list over here. They're all sorted by state abbreviation, the first two letters: Arkansas, Arizona, Colorado. So for county hunters, it helps a lot. There's a lot of record keeping to be done once you get into it. When you start out, there'll be a few countries here and there until you start building up your country counts. 50 states, that's not too hard to keep track of, but pretty soon you'll say, ooh, I've got all 50 states worked, but most of them are on, I almost have all of them on 40 meters, but the ones between 80, 40, and 20 meters, I need all of those bands for my worked all states, but I'm up to 80 states on 40 meters. Or I'm sorry, I'm up to 40 states on 40 meters, only need 10 more. So you might want to start keeping track of states on 40 meters and then try to get 5 band worked all states. Worked all states, you can qualify for that award a dozen different ways or more, by band, by mode. There's almost every mode available. You can get individual awards for worked all states. Same with DXCC. You can get 100 countries, and then you still have over 200 left you can confirm, and then you can start breaking that down by band and mode, either digital or phone. You can get 5-band DXCC. And then once you do that, there's no end to the process. You can start working on DXCC Challenge, where you're trying to get as many countries worked on as many different bands as possible. So you can get up to 3,500 contacts, and that can be quite a record-keeping nightmare if you don't have some way to do it other than pencil and paper. So anyway, that's the Logbook of the World portion. This is not a tutorial on everything to do with Logbook of the World. It's just showing you how easy it is once you're registered with Logbook of the World to send and receive your contacts. Now, it's only been a few minutes since the last time I downloaded new confirmations, so let's take another look. What has it been, maybe 5 minutes? Nope, nothing new. It wouldn't be unusual for there to be some new ones there because of the over 100 contacts that were just uploaded this morning. If someone uploaded since I did my last download, it could have created more confirmations yet. So that's it for the Logbook of the World portion. In the next video, I'm going to go over some of the other QSL tools in here for paper QSL cards, and they're very helpful also. One last thing, I mentioned Club Log. Club Log is the first item on the list here. Now, I'm not going to get into, I could do hours of instructional videos on the usefulness of Club Log. It's not a confirmation tool, although you can use it to help you get confirmations. It's a DXer's tool that has many, many benefits. If you're going to upload to Logbook of the World, go to the Club Log website. You'll find it. Just do a search for Club Log. Go in and register. Get your username and password, or you can put it in up here, and upload to Club Log also. So let's upload all the contacts that have not been uploaded to Club Log. You'll see here where it's counting the contacts. When it gets up to 134, it's going to say that it's done. Almost there. There we are. We're done. So we'll go back here. Now, you don't have to go in and do a download from Club Log. Within a minute or so, or a few seconds rather, it's going to show a B in this confirmation sent by column. There it is. So all of these have been uploaded to Club Log. If you're going to upload to Logbook of the World, get registered with Club Log and upload there. I'm not going to get into explain why right now. That would be a very lengthy process, but if you get serious about DXing, you are going to love the tools available to you on Club Log. So that's it for this video. The next one, we're going to talk about the paper QSL card tools. in N3FJP, and I think you'll find them very helpful. As always, feel free to email me if you have any questions or problems. It's k8bz@arrl.net. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.